Commencing Atlas System suit initialization. Life support systems activated. Geokinetic system online. Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete.
Hello and welcome to another attempt at me running running a No Man's Sky Let's Play. We do not want. This is going to be a permadeath run with all the usual nonsense challenges that you guys don't even know what the challenges are. But, you know, I'm going to say they're the usual nonsense challenges. This is how to be a goblin in No Man's Sky. How to play the game wrong on permadeath. Hello, friend. With your tusks and your rock formations on your backs and your fins and horns. So, it's a whole new world, a whole new point of view. During this Let's Play series, I will be refusing to fix up my waveform focuser, the original equip item, and I will also be refusing to fix up the radiant pillar. Instead, I must find a replacement for each of them to get off this first planet. And once I manage that, I don't need to know about hazard systems. I know what I'm doing. As I go, I'll be giving goblin-style tips and tricks and talking absolute nonsense. Because that's how I roll. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find literally anything that will fill out your hazard protection. So either you want to be looking for the glowing yellow plants, or preferably we want to find a cave. Caves are very important to playing like a goblin. Because caves contain cobalt. You will also want to pick up any oxygen you happen to find. And while it's not super important right now, you will also want to make sure you pick up a good amount of carbon. Broke my legs. The number one way to move around as a goblin is what you will have witnessed me doing so far. Launching myself like so. To do this, you simply combine a physical attack, which on a keyboard is Q, and before it has a chance to finish, you tap and hold the jump and jetpack funk button. The funk soul button. Check it out now. It's the funk soul button. Right about now. Coming at you. What do we have here? We have what looks like a drag line for some kind of giant worm. Unfortunately, I'm not finding any caves, which isn't great. It means instead I'm going to have to keep hunting for yellow plants that are rich in sodium. I will take that sweet root and frozen tubers as well. Why not? What was that noise? Head on a swivel. Head on a swivel. Always be looking around. Always be making yourself motion sick. Ah, over there we have some oxygen. I have an itchy back. So we'll head to that oxygen. Got miles of ice plains heading out in front of us. Avoid plants that look like that. They will attack you. Oh, and the sun rises. We're at the Camp Ofimo region of this planet, which is Bulga Omega. And some carbon crystals. It's also worthwhile to collect some dihydrogen crystals. The heck? Excuse me, sir. How rude. Right, we're going to grab a whole load of this oxygen. We're also going to mine one of these for the ferrite dust that it contains. As I gradually die of frostbite. And we're going to want to use whatever we have to fill up our life support and our hazard protection. Not completely, just, you know, well, completely if we can afford it, but don't get overly fixated. Oh, what do we have here? Well, this is a little fascinating. We found a shelter. Grab a sodium-rich plant. It's very bright out here. Probably because of all the snow reflecting the rays of the local star. Damaged machinery. Clean away the poop stuck to it. Yeah, just what I didn't need. Some Starship launch fuel. Extract nanites. Steal whatever's in the stock transfer. Hey, I have some money now. Not much money, but some money nonetheless. We'll steal that research specimen. Oh, because we've made it here, we may as well save and chart the location. Camp Ofimo. Okay, so this was the camp for the region. When we entered this region and it said we were entering the region of Camp Ofimo, this was the camp in question. Camp Ofimo is our starter location, technically. So we want to try and home in on any damaged machinery we can find. I have to travel on foot across this planet. More Starship launch fuel. Just what I do not need. Bit of salvage data from that tech module that was just under the surface. Oh, I thought that was a cave for a moment, but no, it's just the site of this little outcropping. Damaged containers can be useful. Get some sodium nitrate. Okay. We don't have an Atlas pass, so we cannot open those Atlas containers. What are you doing, buddy? Got another damaged machine over here. Oh, honestly, why am I getting so much friggin' Starship launch fuel? I don't need Starship launch fuel. I need technology modules. Stuff that can keep my thermal protection going longer and keep my life support going longer. Oh, speaking of, actually, keeping my life support going longer, we can make the oxygen recycler. You always spawn in with knowledge of how to make an oxygen recycler. It only gives you a 10% increase to your life support tanks, but it's better than nothing. We've got these frost crystal plants. They'll be useful later if we can get our hands on a hazmat gauntlet. You may have noticed that I'm not really walking one set direction. I'm kind of just wandering around as I see fit. Oh, also, we should make use of our actual Atlas suit systems, which includes the ability to see what kind of local group we're in. There are a lot of planets in this local group. The dominant life form is a Vakeen. The conflict level is currently unruly, but it is a mining ore extraction economy. And it's operating at a satisfactory level. This may all come in very handy for us. Bolga Omega will be our home base. Get some more sodium. Aha! A cave! Yes! Oh, I can't get through. Damn it. But I can shoot. I can manage to hit these unidentified mineral stalactites. Stalactite. T for the top. Stalagmite. G for the ground. That could be wrong. I could have that backwards, but I'm pretty sure stalactites are on the top, stalagmites are on the ground. I have a geologist friend I could ask. I'm sure they'll know. But what use is a geologist friend when you are lost among the stars? I'm just gonna keep shooting these from way over here. I didn't mean to overheat. That was a mistake. You know what? We may as well take the gold as well. Maybe we can sell it if we find an outpost or a settlement. And we'll get this hazardous flora because it contains sodium and oxygens. There we go. I think that's all we're going to get out of there. An unidentified oxygen plant. Okay, that was profitable, and I'll show you why. You want to know why that was profitable? I will show you why, my friend. I will show you why. We got 295 cobalts. And for every 10 cobalt and 5 ferrite dust, we can make ourselves an ion battery. And an ion battery will recover about 80% of our hazard protection. So, when we require a refill of our hazard protection, we will use an ion battery from now on. Isn't that fantastic? So, our lesson in ion batteries is over. Let us head to that little snowless peak over there. I can't move very quickly. Fantastic. Carbon. Yes, we'll take some of this. Take some carbon, and we'll take some dihydrogen crystals. Carbon and dihydrogen crystals are everywhere. Some of the most abundant materials in the universe. Yes, I'm aware of the fact that my thermal protection is at 95%. I'm also aware of the fact that this would probably give you snow blindness. The amount of UV that's hitting your eyes would be just cooking them. I wouldn't mind trying to climb up to the top of this geological formation. But there's no saying that I even can. 10% life support system. So the reason we collected some of the dihydrogen is for the same reason that we collected the cobalt. We turn the dihydrogen into a dihydrogen jelly, and then we combine the dihydrogen jelly with carbon. And as you saw there, it restores 84% of our life support. And that is how we will keep our life support running. Because we are no typical planetary wanderer. Now what we need to hope for is that we find a multi-tool relatively quickly. I'll take the rusted mallet from this magically floating damaged container. Okay. Now normally when you're at a vertical face, you can climb up it continually, because the idea is that you're effectively using your hands in conjunction with your atmospheric jetpack unit, and so you're not really using up the fuel reserve on it. Instead you are... oh, there's a big hole up here. Well, howdy. There's nothing in there, it's just a big hole. But we do have more dihydrogen crystals. So yeah, you don't end up using up the goblin brains, man. Goblin brains are hard to work with. They don't always want to think of the thing that you want them to think of. Sometimes you try and do the thinking of the things, but the thinking of the things can't be thinked because the thinker doesn't want to be thinking. Put that on a t-shirt. Oh, okay. This is good. This is good. This is our first sign of... oh, I almost threw myself off the cliff. This is... he passed the cliff real close there. It's our first sign of God, what am I trying to say? This is the first sign of sentient life. Sapient life. And basically, if we follow the flight path, they should hopefully lead us somewhere. Basically, they're all going to or from something. Now, I came from that direction, and we know that the camp is over that way. So I think I should probably be heading this direction instead. We're just going to throw ourselves off the cliff, but before we hit the ground and break our legs, we use the boosters a little bit. Oh, we have another cave. It's worth it to examine caves.
Temperature levels stabilized.
Oh, hello there. You interesting little mantis crab creature. Aha, let's see, we have vortex cubes. Vortex cubes are an anomalous relic that some people will pay money for. See what I mean by it's worth it to examine these places? Now, if we had an advanced refiner, these marrow bulbs would be very handy as well. Because marrow bulbs can be turned into mass amounts of sodium and sodium nitrate. And that can also be used in the production of things like ionized cobalt or I think oxygen as well. Or no, maybe oxygen is the component with them. Okay, we're going this way. We're not sure which way this is, but we're going this way. We don't really have any sense of orientation. However, there's another one of those geological structures. So we will head towards that. Ah! Our first piece of Vakeen knowledge. Click, 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 click. Yep, locked in combat. One triumphs, leaving the other to their death. That's, Herc, I think. I can't remember the names. We'll find out as we progress. Ooh, okay, and we've clearly made it far enough to start getting followed by sentinels. And it'll just be the one sentinel that will continually follow us until we get annoyed and destroy it. And then when it respawns, it'll bring its buddies. Okay, Camp Zorantire. We're in the region of Camp Zorantire now. Let's try and have a look around and see. Oh, that'll be it right there. That will be Camp Zorantire, and Camp Zorantire is apparently a resource depot. Just break my legs. Broken legs. We need that.
Technology recharge.
Had we the equipment, we would destroy these guys. These are sentinels as well, but they are specifically here to protect these resource containers. We would destroy them and we would take everything that's there. But we can't do that because they will kill us dead. And this is permadeath. Okay. Save and chart the sector. And this should be, like I say, yep, Camp Zorantire. And it's suddenly nighttime again. And the stars are moving. Which means they've re-implemented orbital rotation. That's very nice. Very nice to see orbital rotation on the go. Let's have a quick look in these caves. Got to turn on our flashlight as we do so. You never know what kind of creatures you might encounter in these caves. Mostly you'll just encounter hazardous flora. Hazardous plants that spew toxins at you. Like those, which I would shoot if I could. I have to jump past them instead. Yes, I know my mining beam has no recharge, and it wants me to learn how to do mining and stuff, but I don't care. Multi-tool guide information, yeah, that's great. I know what I'm doing. I've done this many times. Many hours wasted on permadeath runs where I have ended up dead. Right, so this is leading us back up towards, I think that's the one that I was heading towards in the first place before I saw the resource depot and headed down to it. So yeah, like I say, I trust the process, and seeing that there were spacecraft coming, there were Star Prize enter ships coming from this direction, so I followed it this direction. I went there where they had been to discover what they had been at, and they had been at a resource depot. I don't actually have any confirmation that... oh, there we go. I don't have any confirmation that my method is accurate to how things work in this game. I have just always assumed that wherever ships are flying from or to is intentional. And it's never led me wrong, but it could just be coincidence. It could be nothing but mass coincidence. We're going to need another life support gel.
Technology recharge.
Okay. So we could consider going that direction and following that planet. We could also consider following these three out to this direction. And to the best of my knowledge, it's between the two, so about there, that we have travelled from. No, more like there. Yeah, it's about there we have travelled from. Oh look, a shooting star! Also known as a meteorite as it crashes into the planet, because it's made of the right stuff. I can see frozen tubers over there. I'm not entirely sure which way I should head. What's that down there? I want to see what's over there. It looks like lights to me. Oh, my legs. Oh, my legs. Yeah. It's about that time, isn't it? It's about that time that I start being ridiculous and role-playing like I'm actually a space goblin traveling across.
Critical damage taken.
Fucking ankles! What was that? Rizhinachi Outpost. Rizhinachi Outpost. Well, I think that's what I was seeing from a distance there. Rizhinachi Outpost. Aha! Oh, wow. We have hit the jackpot. This is a minor settlement. A minor settlement with shelters and a landing pad. I'm gonna grab these. We have immediately... I say immediately. It's kind of... This is the end of like the first episode at this point. We have discovered exactly what we need to basically get established and get off of this planet now. Let's get this sector charted. Rizhinachi Post. Oh yeah, Rizhinachi Post. I am most happy. Yeah, I know how that works. Thermal protection, but it's the wrong type of thermal protection. Can I dig up that? No, I can't. But it doesn't matter. See, you just gotta... Oh, that's an interesting looking ship. You just got to believe in the process. Trust the process. Because the flight paths always lead to and from something important. And in the next episode, we'll see what awaits us inside. I'm gonna steal their mail. It's effectively a mailbox at this point. I'm gonna see what awaits us inside Rizhinachi Outpost. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time.